Three straight dubs. The Hawks take flight. Familiar foes in a primetime fight. Back in the garden, a battle awaits. Yeah, the Knicks stand tall, but ATL kills. Young and hungry, finding their groove. Just like Lil Baby, the Hawks got something to prove. No time to stumble, no room for mistakes. It's high stakes ahead of the All Star break. Welcome back to Hawks Digest. I am Chris Tip Moore. You know what it's all about in this video. We are previewing the Hawks versus the Knicks. Primetime matchup tonight. High stakes before the All-Star break. Guys, thank you guys for tuning in. If you are a part of the 12, almost 13% who has decided to make the Hawks Digest one of their first listens when you want all Hawks content all the time, thank you. We appreciate you. Salute to you. And if you are a part of the 87% who are still skeptical, I promise you, you will be doing yourself a good service by subscribing to Hawks Digest, making us one of your first listens, being a part of the Hawks Digest family where we talk about Atlanta Hawks stuff here all the time. Okay? Hey guys, straight up and down, man, you already know what's going on tonight. It is a rivalry tonight, baby boy. And again, round four, fight. Last time we faced off against these New York Knickerbockers, man, we were on a 3-game win streak. Familiar territory like we are tonight. And unfortunately, back on MLK Day, we lost that game to the New York Knicks, ended our 3-game win streak, and after that, the Atlanta Hawks went on a spiral, y'all. 7 games later, finally was able to get back into the win column. Trade deadline passes. See ya, DeAndre Hunter. I'll holla at you, Bogdan Bogdanović. Welcome in Terrence Mann, Caris LeVert, Georges Niang. So, a lot has happened since the last time we've played these New York Shorts, these New York Knicks. And it's a lot of things that is going to be changing. I'm going to get into some X factors for you guys toward the end, but just want to briefly chat about the game. Now, this game right here, you got to think about it. I want to get into the injuries first. For the Atlanta Hawks, Vit Krejci, Larry Nance, they're going to be out for this particular game. You know, Vit Krejci was on a victim on the receiving end of Jonathan Isaac, who decided he wanted to knock Vit Krejci out of the air on a dunk. A dunk he wasn't going to get to, by the way. Vit Krejci misses this game. Hopefully he'll be back after the All-Star break. Larry Nance Jr., bumped knees. That was more, you know what I'm saying, some things that can be bang-bang, kind of accidental. And I thought it was his shin because he was kind of grabbing at it, but they're ruling it his knee. He is out as well. We would not have either one of these players tonight versus the New York Knicks. That's quite unfortunate because both guys were playing well, playing within the system, playing complementary basketball. And that's what you have seen from the Atlanta Hawks these last 3 games, especially the last 2 after we've made the trades and the guys are coming in and starting to try to get acclimated. I think that it's impressive because these guys are coming in and just fitting in immediately, and I think that's a testament of, for one thing, for Georges Niang. He's coming into a system working with Quin that he's used to, so it's kind of almost like, you know, riding a bike, you know. It's almost like riding a bike for him. He's going to get put in the right positions. Trae Young is the best point guard that he's played with. No disrespect to Mike Conley or anybody like that. But as far as the facilitating, Trae Young's going to give him the ball. So that's great for him. Terrence Mann and also Caris LeVert, regardless, those guys, they just know how to play winning basketball, really, when it comes down to it. Terrence Mann, playoff experience. Caris LeVert, he's been on different teams, different locker rooms, playoff experience. Niang as well, playoff experience. You brought in guys who have that experience of winning multiple games, high stakes, high rewards. I'm interested to see what these 3 guys are going to bring in for the New York Knicks tonight. For those Knicks, OG Anunoby, he may be out. He was out against the Indiana Pacers. And the Knicks are on a back-to-back. So maybe he was out that game. Maybe they try to play him in this game against the Atlanta Hawks, a team who is looking to sweep. Well, not sweep, but we're looking to win the series. Should I say? We're looking to win the series. The Atlanta Hawks already beat the Knicks twice this year. The Knicks got a little lick back on MLK. We're looking to go ahead and go into the All-Star break on a 4-game win streak, and also knowing that the Knicks have no chance of winning the season series versus the Atlanta Hawks. Both teams are jockeying for position in the East. The Knicks just got smacked last week by the Boston Celtics, and they are a third seed, still climbing, still trying to get to the top. And the Hawks, they were at the 9th seed. They have now leapfrogged the Orlando Magic after their win the other night. And now the Hawks are setting their sights on trying to get to that 6th seed where the Detroit Pistons are sitting. I'm just looking at the Boston Celtics. But the Detroit Pistons are sitting in the 6th slot, and the Hawks are slowly trying to make their way into an actual playoff spot and not the play-in like we've been used to. So also, this game right here could be a game that has a lot of points in it, as the Atlanta Hawks are second behind the Memphis Grizzlies in pace. We like to get out in transition. We like to run the floor. We like to tire teams out. Okay, tempo, tempo, tempo. And as for the Knicks, they are second behind the Cleveland Cavaliers in offensive rating. It's going to be an interesting game, man. This is going to be an absolute rivalry. I can't wait to see what the Hawks have planned for these New York Knicks, It's going to be real interesting because the Knicks right now are ahead of the Atlanta Hawks as far as 8-7 in our season series since 2021, since we kicked them out of the playoffs, and they've been having sour grapes in their mouth since then. But hey, at the end of the day, the Hawks are looking to again go up on the New York Knicks 3-1 in the season series, and also tie that little series up right there too. Because why not, right? Why not? Like I say, both teams jockeying for position in the East. I want to get into my X factors with you guys. Again, I don't get a chance to do many previews, work and all, but definitely got to get into the X factors. So here are the guys that I'm looking at to help the Atlanta Hawks versus these New York Shorts. Boom! We're going to start with Zaccharie Risacher. Hey, man, Zaccharie Risacher, that's one guy that we did not have versus the Knicks last time we played. Okay? And we definitely missed his size, missed his switching ability. To only be 19 years old, his IQ is off the charts right now. I really like what I see from Zaccharie Risacher as a player. I'm enjoying the fact that even though the Hawks made a trade, they didn't make a trade that would hinder Zaccharie Risacher and his development. I didn't want to just make a trade just to make a trade, and it was going to hurt his development. Now, in his last 6 games, Zaccharie Risacher is averaging 13 points now. He's had games of 17, 17, 13, 18, and 11 in his last 6 games. Now, Zaccharie Risacher, he's going to be a person, I believe, that needs to get the ball in his hands. He needs to really be out there hunting for his shot. He's shooting 55% from the field in his last 6 games, 39% from 3, and has only had 1 turnover. Like, are you serious? Like, that's great. And we want to continue to build off of that. Zaccharie Risacher, somebody we did not have versus the Knicks the last go around. I expect him to be a focal point in this here game. I'm telling you guys. Moving on to my next X Factor. Dyson Daniels. Somebody who has been, he's definitely been out there playing his song. He's been instrumental in the Atlanta Hawks. In the last few games, man, he's just been taking it down. But the reason why I am picking him in this particular game, because on MLK Day, Dyson Daniels fouled out. Yeah, something that he doesn't do often. Dyson Daniels fouled out. Jalen Brunson got into his head a little bit. But Dyson Daniels, I want to see how he gets his get back in this game. They're definitely going to put him on Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, he's looking to bounce back as well because he had about 5 fouls himself. Season low in minutes and in points. So I'm looking to see. I know he's going to be looking to get after it, but Dyson Daniels, I'm looking for him to look at Jalen Brunson and say, "Hey man, I owe you one, and I'm going to be on your head." Dyson Daniels himself in the last 6 games, 16.2 points, 6.5 rebounds, 6 assists. Yikes! I would take that all day long from a guy who many said he can't score. He just stands in the corner. Hey, at the end of the day, Dyson Daniels has come here and he's taken advantage of his opportunities, similar to how I think some of the guys that we've just traded for will do and will continue to do. Hey, George Niang had 16 his first game. Caris LeVert had 18 his last game. You know? And this guy right here is a guy who I am looking for to be one of the biggest X factors in this game. Switching ability, being able to be almost like Bruce Brown when he was with the Denver Nuggets, how he just used to pop up and show up everywhere, being all over the court, guarding multiple positions, scoring at opportune times. I'm expecting Terrence Mann to surprise. He had a perfect game. Perfect game, perfect from the field, perfect from the 3-point line, perfect from the foul line. Last game, I'm looking for him to build on that. This game against the New York Knicks, insert himself into this rivalry and help out guys like Risacher, Dyson Daniels, even Caris LeVert on the defensive end, being a pest and just communicating, knowing how to play high stakes, high reward basketball, and helping out some of our young guys. Terrence Mann, I left him for last because, again, he's my biggest X factor of them all. Yes, we got Zach. Expect him to do his thing. Yes, Dyson Daniels, the great barrier thief. But this man right here, Terrence Mann, is the guy who I'm really expecting to leave his fingerprints on this game. They got guys like Josh Hart over there that's going to be doing his thing, and he's going to be out there trying to disrupt everything the Hawks are doing on both ends, running the floor. I expect, this guy, Terrence Mann, to slow him down just a little bit, coming off the bench and just being a focal point for the Atlanta Hawks in this particular game. Yes, sir, that's where I'm going with it. Guys, let's get ready. It is a rivalry game. This is a game we must have. We got to get our get back, our lick back. It is Knicks versus Hawks rivalry. This is a golden opportunity to go into the All-Star break on a high note. Get your lick back for the loss that you had on MLK Day when they ended your 3-game win streak then. Do not allow these guys to end yet another win streak for you guys. It's time for us to continue to soar. Let's continue streaking. Let's continue to fight and be the resilient Hawks that we are. Until next time, guys, I am Chris Tipmore. This has been Hawks Digest. And I'll see you guys after the game. Peace and blessings to you all.